the attackers gave way. The prefect took the 2 remaining unwounded men and went to look for his family. He never reached them, for he must have run into another group of warriors. Ferox traced the signs of a struggle in the mud. One of the Batavians was found dead. The other and the prefect had simply gone. So had Sulpicia Lepidina.
"She saved us,"
Claudia Severa explained.
"It was all her idea, taking everyone to the cells."
There was a building used as a prison alongside the workshops behind the praetorium. It was smaller than the one at Vindolanda and rarely used, but it was in a quiet spot, and had the stoutest windows and doors of anywhere in the fort. Sulpicia Lepidina led them straight to it.
"She had a much clearer memory than I can boast. But just before we got there, we heard some men coming and saw the glint of their weapons. We hid in an alleyway between some buildings, but they were coming closer. She whispered that I was to lead the others, and then she just ran out from the alley into the main path. They saw her, of course, but then she screamed and ran in the opposite direction, leading them off. They followed like hounds, and when they were gone, I took everyone inside, and we locked the door and then locked ourselves into the cells. Then we just kept very quiet and prayed."
Aelius Brocchus held his wife close, the relief in both their faces obvious. He and his men had galloped back as soon as they saw the flames of the burning villa, but arrived to find the enemy gone. "They must want hostages," the prefect said. "The queen and Cerealis and his noble wife are rich prizes for ransom." It made sense, and Ferox hoped that he was right, for that might offer them some protection. Yet with such strange and brutal captors it was hard to know. They had acted to deliberate purpose, but it was hard to guess just what that purpose could be. Little Marcus began to cry, and Claudia Severa insisted on taking him from the maid and soothing the baby herself. Ferox looked at the boy, his heart torn between love and terror at the thought of what might be happening to the child's mother. "We shall care for the children until their parents are restored to them," Aelius Brocchus announced, and his wife stroked his cheek with great fondness. On the next day, Neratius Marcellus arrived with his singulares, and a glimmer of hope for that restoration. "A man brought this to the fort." He showed them a papyrus roll. "He was a mute, unable to speak, or be persuaded to speak, for that matter, but the guard commander had the wit to realize that it might be important. It is a letter, addressed to me, damn their impudence, and says that they will return the hostages to us if we hand over 100 good swords, 50 helmets, and 10,000 denarii." "That is not all that much," Brocchus said. "Perhaps, but since it is clear this was written before their raid, they may not have known who they would get. There is one more thing. They want Probus as well."
"With more money?"
Crispinus asked. "They do not say. It is possible that they will then seek to extort money or something else from him for his own release and that of his son. Yet I rather wonder whether they just want the man and suspect they have nothing too pleasant planned for him." Brocchus grimaced. "Is he willing?" "I'm sure he will be," the governor said smoothly. "I have had him placed under close guard." He smiled. "For his own protection, of course." Crispinus shrugged.
"It will upset some important people."
"Then let them be offended." Neratius Marcellus's voice was unusually harsh. "I'll not stand idly by while an equestrian officer and a senator's daughter are in the hands of pirates, or whatever these people are." "Where and when will the exchange take place?" Ferox asked. "Ah, centurion, to the point of the matter as usual. Well, they say that we are to take everything to the place of the kings in Hibernia for the raising of the High King in 2 weeks' time. It seems they know about the embassy as well as too many other things, which means that the tribune will get his wish and lead a delegation across the sea. A warship and 2 transports